stream is back up and running. At least it says it is. And you guys can all come back in the server now. As you reconnect, we'll evaluate what's going on, but this already looks like it's much better. Right now. Bags. Pilot dude in it. Guess we'll just have to pick a random. Oh, you know what? He might be over. That's fine. We'll just use a generic dude. Generic dude is fine. Which one did we use for Jasper? We used a generic dude for Jasper. Let's see. He is Mr. Camouflage generic dude. We will use Mr. Black Raincoat generic dude. And this guy's call sign is G-Force. And you guys pull him on board. And he's like, oh my god, thank you so much. How did you know? I was waiting for a shuttle.
Yes. Relics, how did we know?
We got a intel drop from the resistance that you were gunned down, and this was your last known location, and we happened to be on the run.
We can talk about all this below decks because we got 2 planes coming in and we're giving away our location, and we should seal up the deck gun here and get below so we can submerge the ship and then talk about all this. Okay, bye.
Yep, move. I'm gonna close the door.
Go, go, go.
Can I come
Get
in?
down the ladder.
Let Jasper go in first.
No, I close the door. No, I'm just kidding. Come on.
Once the doors close, we're gonna start screaming, "Dive as quick as possible!"
But while you guys are in the tower?
No, we're going. Come on, let's go.
I'm down, Alex.
Now dive.
Okay. So, the submarine starts heading down. You can, as you guys are sealing the hatch in the tower, you can see the water washing over the front of the deck as it comes down. And you guys get back to the control center in time for Crystal to be like, yeah, I can see those planes on sensors. They're now flying directly over us. They well, let me do a quick roll for her real quick. Well, you know, she didn't get that good of a look. She's like, I can't tell what kind of planes they are, but they almost certainly spotted us going, at least submerging. Well,
how could I tell?
Jill's like,
What they are?
I suggest we get out of here regardless. And she kind of like steps away from the command chair, and she's like, we should probably head for a safe haven, or at least away from here.
Sure. Rapidly. Underwaterly.
Deep and fast.
All right. Who's doing it?
I'm going to navigate towards Drake's supply post.
You want to navigate? You want to navigate a course? So, go ahead and give me a navigation check.
Come on, dice! Don't fail me now. You failed me.
Carl, set our depth to 100, and once we're stable, then go down deeper to 200.
Okay. He pulls up the screen for the auto dive thing, and he just slides his finger down to 200 and engages the autopilot. The boat begins to descend and moving forward. So the engines are on, and it's pushing forward, and you're in a dive down to 200.
Yeah.
Hi.
How deep is the water that we're in?
I look at the depth gauge.
Okay. Give me a sensors check.
Fantastic. This isn't going to go poorly. I got a 7.
Okay. It's okay. With the 7, you're going to be able to look at it and be like, it's deeper than our crush depth. The exact numbers are fluctuating up and down, but they're fluctuating up and down between... Let me pull this up real quick. I had all this open, but I had to close it because, I rebooted the PC. It's fluctuating between 800 and 1,000 meters to the bottom.
We got about 700 to 900 meters below us.
Awesome.
Keep a listen for any splashes above us. Did you set that course to Drake's supply post?
You guys, shit. Hold on. I've got my headphones on. I'm listening, and I'm trying to plot a course. It's not going well.
You just listen. Let me pull up the navigations, and I'll set us a course.
Okay.
Recon for splashes.
Recon for splashes and navigation for plotting a course.
I got a 7 for my recon.
Okay.
I rolled a 10. I've got a 1 in navigation and a 2 in education for a 13.
Okay. You're able to use the hand-drawn map to figure out exactly what coordinates this place is at, and you plot a course in your head using the supercomputer that you have in your implants to help you do math. Your already BWOP nature makes math easy, and this is probably the most comforting part of the whole thing for Braylix. And you spit out a heading, and Carl plugs it into the autopilot interface, and the boat slowly starts turning. Hylar perceives nothing.
Guys, I don't hear any splashing or anything. I think we're safe.
Carl, take us down to 300 and then lower our engines to cruising speed.
Yeah, we're already below cruising speed, but I can bring it down to a crawl to make us quiet. Is that what you want?
Correct. Yes. Thank you.
Okay, let me roll that. Okay. So he's, adjusting his sliders and pressing his buttons. And really, you've watched Carl do this enough that you now know that even though he has Seafarer and could helm the ship manually, he's actually letting the computer do all the work. All he's doing is you tell him and he's like adjusting sliders and then pressing the autopilot go button.
It still feels good.
Work smarter, not harder.
There's a quiet moment as the engine's hum dies, and the sound of the ocean can almost be heard, like in contact with the hull. And Hylar, you swear you can hear the thrum of the engines above the water. It's like just at the edge of your Aslan hearing.
Our engines?
The jet engines.
Oh.
Like you're not sure if it's in your head or you can actually hear it. It's like just at the edge of your hearing. You swear you can hear above the water the sound of jet engines going overhead, like translated through the water.
I'm not 100% sure here, guys, but my instincts say that they're still up there circling.
Can I roll the tactics to know like how deep do we need to go deeper?
Yeah, you can roll tactics if you want.
How confident I am in the depth we are now. Oh, that's an 11 plus 2 for a 13.
Excellent. So the answer is it depends, and these are the things it depends on. It depends on the technology on the planes. Now, because they appeared to be conventional jet aircraft, they're probably pretty low tech. If they were G fighters or if they were something, that was spacecraft related, they might have sensors that would concern you, but you are now at 300 meters. You're deep enough that a conventional jet probably doesn't have sensors to see you or pick you up. They just are probably circling the general vicinity because you're not fast. So you haven't moved very far. But statistically, the further you move away and the more they search, they will run out of fuel far before you have to surface.
So in that like hushed silence where everybody's like on edge, Brelix eventually like just leans back in his chair and goes, I think we like we're headed in the right direction. We're pretty low right now. Hylar and Kyle, make sure we don't hit the bottom of the ocean. Everyone else, let's keep it real quiet. But I think we're in the clear. G-Force, welcome aboard.
Yeah. Thank you for rescuing me. Your voice sounds very familiar for some reason. He's talking to Brelix.
Did you were air support in the battle of Anchor's End?
Anchor's End? Yeah, I was providing fire support there right before I got shot down.
Did you make the
run up the run on the church? Yeah, I blew that church apart.
I called that in.
Oh, that's why you sound familiar. How are you on a boat? A submarine in the middle of nowhere. Maybe I don't want to know. I really appreciate you plucking me out of the sea, though.
Yeah, definitely. Long story short, eventually we'll probably end up back at Drift.
Well, that'd be nice. I got shot down, and it's not like the Resistance has a bunch of fighters, so I think the chance of me getting another Cyclone is probably pretty thin, which is a huge disappointment, but at least I lived, so I guess, any landing you can walk away from and all that.
Yeah, and you're not a husk of a person that's fighting for the unity.
There's that, too. Is there, he looks around at, there's a bunch of people that are in the CIC that aren't actually doing anything, and he's like, is there anything I can do? We have a lot of people here.
Yeah, we're headed to I guess I gotta talk with Jill first, but we're headed to a supply place. And we gotta rotate this so that we don't hit the bottom of the ocean, and then we're going to make some other plans afterwards.
Hey Brelix. Just friendly reminder, we're out of the combat thing. Should make sure with Jill that she wants us to go to the supply place. She just said get out of Dodge, which we've effectively done. we should probably figure out if there's someplace else. Did we find anything else on this map of what we want, like any other places we need to go or want to go?
And with that, Relic swivels back around, stands up and takes a couple of steps back from the chair, and looks over at Jill and says, in the heat of battle, I picked the supply post and did some pretty fun calculus. There's a lot of currents to take place involved, and that's where we're headed right now. We're going low and quiet, and we should last the fighters that were coming towards us. What did I say? Helm's yours.
On.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Braylix. Jill says she's she's trying to be as gentle and encouraging because she sees Braylix as being a bit fragile, but he's doing a little bit better on his confidence. And she says I think going to Drake's supply post is as good of a destination as any until we figure out the order in which we need to do these mission parameters that the boat had. How long will it take to get there?
Relix kind of looks up and down and turns his head sideways as then he remembers that that's a thing that he should have cared about.
Roll 2d6.
Snake eyes.
2 days. That's one of the few times you wanted snake eyes.
I there were a couple of different choices, and I picked the extremely optimized one. It'll take 2 days to get there.
Okay. By then, Captain Anja should be at least out of the auto dock. Hopefully, Mr. Hylar can help get her back on her feet enough that she can tell us some information and maybe provide some additional training for the crew.
Yeah, I'll head down there and check her out. Check on her.
So, you guys are going to have 2 days of travel underwater. We don't have to spend that entire time doing all sorts of stuff. But now, because you have this long journey from point A to point B, might be a good time to get in any exploring of the ship or messing or fiddling with things or, anything that you want to do. Now's a good time to go through it. And we're going to go down in the order in which you guys are stacked in the, or at least for me, in the tabletop simulator thing. So that goes Ronin, Kizik, Ghost, Thodubs. We're going to go in that order as you guys tell me each things you want to do during this 2 days.
Okay, I'm going to come down here to the cargo area and start looking through the crates and seeing what I have, specifically my explosive cat trees, to see if there's a better way that I can store those, maybe move them up to an armory. It's up here, I think, yeah.
Yep, you guys still haven't gotten access to the armory. It's the only room you haven't been able to open.
Fair. Yeah, splitting up the debt caves, debt cord blasting caps, and the C4 itself. And kind of just taking a look at my giant truck of awesomeness over here.
Yeah.
And seeing if I can improvise between knowing what I have here with the C4 and the MLRS, if I can take a look and see if I can figure out how to arm the MLRS. Like, jury rig some more heads up. And did we retcon the missiles that were here that didn't have warheads, or are they in the thing already?
They're on pallets next to the vehicle. And they are built, basically, instead of warheads, they have parachuted canisters that are intended to drop supplies. So it still works like artillery, except instead of delivering explosive boom booms, it delivers food and ammunition and whatever the mission requires. But this seems to be their way of resupplying groups on shore without having to pull into dock.
And I'm gonna see if I can jury rig up some boom packages instead of care packages.
Okay. I can make an assumption on how you're going to do that, but just knowing the tools you have available, what is your plan to do that?
I'm going to, since I don't have anything to make like radar guided or anything like that, there'll be impact triggers. So using the C4 as the explosive, the detonator caps, and some crude limit switch style things to put on the front of them. So as it hits it, it connects blasting caps and deck cord and makes things go boom.
Yep. So blasting cap and nose cone, cargo pod full of C4, everything else standard rocket. Yep. They're already semi-guided. They're just ballistic. So yeah, that's pretty easy to do. Give me an explosives roll, and that will take you that'll take you 4d6 hours to do.
If I don't blow myself up doing it. Yep, so 0 minus 1, so not a snake eyes, but a 2.
Okay, well, you still need to roll the 4d6 because you failed to do it, but you still spent all that time working on it.
4 of the d6s.
Now you get all your boxcars. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's 20. So 20 of your 48 hours is spent working on this. You can give it another attempt with the same 2 rolls if you want.
Let's do it, because I'm stubborn. 5?
Yeah, 5's not going to pass either.
And 16 for 36 hours, and the other 12 will be sleeping.
I was about to say, and you will need to sleep. Okay, Kizik. What is Braylix going to do with his 2 days worth of time? It's also worth noting that you do have to take shifts on the bridge, so Marcus is going to be sleep deprived.
Brelix is going to go explore the utility room. He wants to, much like Marcus, come up with a neat thing to help defend the ship. And as I say, I'm going to go look in the utility storage room. I'm going to look at it for the first time.
Okay. So are you looking through to see all these stuffs, or what are you?
Sorry. I'm going to read there's a data wafer in here.
Mm-hmm.
Brelix sees data wafers and immediately is like, "What is on this?"
Okay. You find the plans for the hull sucker clamps. This is more of the kooky inventions by the chief engineer.
Hydro breacher.
Okay, let me pull something up real quick, and I will read you a more in-depth description of these, since you're taking more time to read these. Got to reopen some things. Okay, let's see. Which one first? This one is hull sucker clamps. Allows powerful electromagnets by wrapping wire tightly around heavy steel tools and feeding them a constant trickle of juice from the battery. They create grips that stick to the submarine or other metal outer hull. Allows travelers to climb or anchor themselves the outside of the submarine while it is moving, resisting heavy currents. What's the other one? The other one is the Hydro Breacher. Hydro Breacher is a plasma torch, an overcharged electrical arc cutter. By short-circuiting the battery brick through a superconducting wire onto carbon cables, they create a blinding underwater capable plasma arc. Easily cuts through locked bulkheads, internal submarine framing, or enemy armor.
Relics has never made a weapon, but he's extremely curious now and is going to spend some time trying to make a hydro breacher.
Okay. That is 1d6 hours, and it is a mechanics check to manufacture it.
That was 4 hours. I'm untrained in mechanics. But if you roll a 9 and have a 2 in education, that's an 8.
There you go. You successfully create a hydro breacher. This is a jury-rigged tool. It is all of the jury-rigged stuff is experimental, fragile, and incredibly dangerous. You did it. I'm really proud. First one worked. Is that all you're gonna do other than standard shift work for your first duo?
100%, yes. Made a thing. Like I'm actively thinking, like, what are the like cool different ways I could use this? It works underwater. Like that's really cool. And I'm actively like in cognitive dissonance, trying to go like, I know this thing is more likely to kill me than to do the thing that I think it should do, but I'm also super pumped and can't wait to hydro breach something.
Since you're spending some time thinking about it, and you rolled really well, I'll tell you 2 things about it you would figure out from putting it together. Item number 1, because it's a short circuit, in essence, creating it, once you click it in, it is just on until it runs out of power. Item number 2, it has about 2 minutes of continuous power, and then it's off. Assuming it doesn't blow up in your hand.
I can't wait.
All right. Ghost.
Hillier's gonna do the doctor thing. Check on his captainy patient. See what kind of medical attention she needs.
Okay.
Get her out of the auto dock.
So because this is a 2-day thing, she will be coming out during that. Do you want to wait like to the point where she's coming out and then you're going to do your thing? Or are you going to do some doctor stuff before she comes out?
Yeah, I'll get things prepped, like a clean and sterile place for her to recover, and get everything prepped for when, the ding on the timer actually goes off. I'm ready, and I got everything set up.
Okay. The auto doc is going to be feeding you some diagnostics. It basically says that, she's been shot. She's lost a lot of blood, but her wounds are healing. She is not going to be very immobile. She's not going to be very coherent. She is probably going to need additional surgical intervention to fully recover.
That's rough. That's stuff I can't really do.
Actually, it's stuff you can do. That is a skill you have.
Submarine.
Well,
do we have like the facility for that?
Yeah, you have the facility for surgery. It's a fully equipped med bay.
Okay.
Now, with that said, it's not life-threatening that she's not going to die if you don't do this surgery. So it is something that Hylar can decide whether or not he's comfortable doing. However, she will almost certainly not fully recover during this trip unless you do surgery.
All right. But yeah, what I want to do is I want to give medical attention as much as I can and sleep in my downtime. Try to get her to recover a little bit faster.
Okay. We'll get to the part where she comes out. So the auto dock, cracks open. You're fully prepared. You're ready. They've got her wrapped in like a, because it's an auto dock and it had to cut her clothes off. Basically, it's wrapped her in a medical gauze gown. And she almost looks like a mummy, like when she comes out. And you have to physically carry her to the medical bed and lay her down. she's not conscious currently. And as soon as you place her on the medical bed, basically, it's a TL12 medical bed, and there's a hologram up above it that you can turn and see her internals, and it's pretty cool to you because this is probably the most advanced medical bed you've ever gotten to play with. And basically, it shows where her internal organs ruptured when the bullets passed through her gut, and the auto doc did the best it could to put them back together, but she needs additional work, and it's work that must be done by hand.
All right. Well, she needs to recover for a little bit. I'm going to prep for surgery eventually. First, I guess I'll do some research. Make sure I've got it.
Do you want to try to wake her up first and talk to her about it, or do you want to leave her unconscious? Because you'll have to sedate her to keep her down, or you could give her something to wake her up.
Definitely, yeah. I don't want to perform surgery without trying to talk to her first. So eventually, I will wake her up.
Okay. So, when you say eventually, do you mean during this 2-day stint?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go ahead and give her the meds. She's gently coming back to consciousness, and as her eyes flutter open and she sees a strange Aslan, she has that instinctual jerk and tries to move away from the bed. Do you do anything to try to restrict her?
No, I didn't tie her down or anything, but I will back up a little bit and say, hold on. I'm the doctor right now. Just trying to help you out.
Who are you? Where's my oh my god, the Unity were here, and she's is reaching around looking for anything that's a weapon. She's almost panicked, but she does sort of stop as she looks at you really carefully, and she's like, you don't look like a Unity trooper. I don't remember actually any Aslan being Unity troopers.
Yeah, we are also fighting the Unity troopers. There's been a lot of time that has passed. You've been in that auto dock for a while, and I could spend a long time trying to catch you up, but mainly the important thing is that we need you to feel better. It's me and my friends. We're part of the Resistance, and we're underway right now. Kind of using your map a little bit to find Drake's supply post.
Oh, and she starts remembering things. She's like, Anchor's End was under attack. They were killing everyone. What happened?
Well, like I said, we could take some time to catch you up, but Anchor's End was being attacked. We were fleeing basically, and we found your sub, and we used it to escape. And Flotilla came after us. We barely got out of there. It was hairy for a while, but you're alive and we're alive, and that's important. And I did find your engineer and chief security officer. He went out fighting, by the way.
Did any of them
can't get
make
into
it?
Your armory? Not that I know of. I'm sorry to deliver you that news.
Well, you can't get into the armory because you need me to get into the armory.
Oh, okay. Well, hasn't been a super priority because we've been trying to just run this sub without killing everybody, which is difficult in itself.
I'm gonna lay back down now. I don't feel very good. And she lays back down. She does appear like you've done a decent job of assuaging her concerns. Truthfully, most of you're assuaging her concerns. The fact that you are Aslan, and she knows that while the Unity have been rounding up a few Aslan, they haven't been converting them into troopers or anything. And large parts of the Aslan Conclave are cooperating with the Unity, but not all of them. So she's decided to trust you for the time being.
Oh, and Jill's here, and some of her crew, like what's that guy's name? Carl and Crystal. They're here too.
As she drifts off to sleep, she said, "Oh, I'd like to see Jill, but she's too weak," and she ends up going back to sleep.
All right. I'm going to get a glass of water for her, put it by the bedside for when she wakes up.
And then scrub in for surgery.
Yep, I'm going to go study how to get shit out of livers.
Yeah. Hylar's like, I'm going to cut a human.
And they're going to live through it.
Okay.
You think?
So, Dubs, you looked like you were struggling there for a minute.
Yeah, I was. I completely DC'd a couple different times. So I am caught up to basically where Hylar is and kind of his whole conversation with the captain who just popped out of the pod. So
Okay. So it's a 2-day trip to this Drake's outpost. The Drake's supply post. And I'm asking each player in turn what they've been doing over the course of those days. There's good news and there's bad news. You're going to roll 1d6, and out of a score of 10, you're going to subtract however many you got on the d6 from your recovery score. So that's 7 left. So basically, if your peak pain was a 10, you're down to a 7 now. You are getting better on the pain scale. The downside, of course, is that you are still in a significant amount of pain. The heat sapping pajamas are what's making it tolerable for you, so you cannot bear to be separated from that material right now. And it is literally heat. It's leaching heat and stuff away from your body. So it is keeping you cooler, which is what's making you able to tolerate the pain a little bit more. Over the course of these 2 days, and you can also bug Hylar a little bit because, during some of these 2 days, he would not necessarily be helping the captain because she came out at the end of the 2 days. You could be seeking medical attention. You could be exploring the ship. I don't know if you caught it, but Kizik managed to MacGyver together a super torch that can cut through things, and Marcus made a couple of attempts to make missiles for the ship.
no, very, very cool. One thing that I wanted to do is to do a wall walk of the whole boat. I wanted to kind of familiarize myself with it. I wanted to also see if there was anything weird that was going on that may not have been within our damage scans that might need to be aware of.
Since you don't have some Mariner Seafarer, are you just planning on doing a visual recon inspection, knowing that? So I'm not saying not to do this. What I'm saying is you need to do this with the understanding that you don't have the appropriate skill to do this. So
I have no clue what I'm looking at. I'm looking at things that might be hey, look, there's some water over here that looks a little weird, or this is dented, or...
Okay, that's about to say, that's all you're going to be able to do is you're going to be like, there's water in the boat, and I don't think it's supposed to be in the boat. You can do that.
No, things like that. Yes, just common sense type things that don't look like they should be where they are, just trying to stretch my legs. Of course, the boat is underwater, so it's a little cooler. So of course, I like to migrate towards cooler spots.
Okay, well, the maintenance ducts will be very cool because they're not in the life support thing, and you guys are pretty deep. So, you want to go through the access tunnels?
Absolutely.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a recon check.
Got a 6.
It's not great, but you don't need anything too amazing for this check. You don't find any breaches in the hull. or any catastrophic things that stand out to you as, oh my god, the ship is going to sink.
Excellent.
Is there anything else you want to do at this time?
In between my searches of the different cold spots of the boat, I also want to be able to head into meet up with Hylar. I want to see if there's any options for me to get further relief for my medical condition.
Tyler, do you want to attempt to treat this patient?
Look, man, the captain's getting out in like a few hours. I'm trying to prep for all of this stuff. Just here. Open your mouth.
Is that
I shove 4 pills inside of his mouth.
what pills are they? He didn't have to know.
He's not going to know. 2 of them are pain pills. One of them is a sedative, and one of them is a laxative, because all of the pain pills I've been giving him are definitely going to stop him up.
Okay.
So
Give me
get some stuff moving.
just give me a medicine check, just for my own lulls.
Oh, just so I can snake eyes. Here we go.
That's already on Snake Eyes, so it won't roll that. It'll roll some legs.
Oh, nice.
So what's that come out to total? Is it more than a 5?
It is a 5.
It is a 5. A 5 does it. So you do not cause him to shit himself uncontrollably for the remainder of the 2 days.
That's good.
He, however,
Phew.
is highly sedated and sleeps for the vast majority of it, which is probably the best thing that can happen for the recovery of his skin condition. Okay. You guys are going to arrive at Drake's outpost. Unfortunately, to give you a visual of it, I'm going to need to... Well, I don't need to do it that way. You know what I can do? I can go here, and then here, and then here, and just make another one of these. Probably. Okay. So on the horizon, you guys will be getting close enough to see this thing, and you'll come up to periscope depth, and you will see this artificial island with 2 sub-pens in it off in the distance. There are camps on the outer docking platforms, and one of the piers has all of these what can only be described as barges with sails on them that are made from like oil drums for buoyancy, and then like cargo nets. They are the most makeshift barges that you've ever seen. The wheelhouse in quotation marks for it are actually small compact cars that have had like their engines and trunks removed. It's just the cabin of the car. And there's like a half dozen of these strapped to a makeshift dock, makeshift pier off the side of this thing. And the whole thing is covered in tents and like shanties. The 2 sub-pens, however, do appear to be accessible and open, so you could pull into this port. This thing's in the middle of nowhere.
What do you think, Sergeant Captain?
Do they have radios? We're at periscope depth. Oh, that's not antenna above the water.
Yeah, if you're at periscope depth, your antenna is above the water.
All right. Who's on comms? You want to reach out to Dave, Drake?
Shouldn't you be the one doing that?
Yeah, open a line to Drake's supply post.
why don't you give
I
me
can
a
do that,
comms check? Oh,
that's
box
box
comms.
comms.
There you go. So, you realize that a radio broadcast is probably not the way to go because those are omnidirectional, and for a clandestine site like this, you want to use something like laser communication, something that isn't going to create a big "I'm here" beacon. That might make people grumpy if you were to say do that right outside their very super secret base. So you hit up the tower on top with a laser signal, and you get back a response that says, "Welcome back. Do you need the normal docking arrangements?" Hello?
I'm here.
Oh,
Yes.
you're not Captain Anja.
Captain Anja's a little under the weather right now. We're with Captain Anja. We're trying to help complete her mission. So the regular docking things, yes, please.
Okay. Is the captain available?
She is alive. She's in the medical bay. I haven't. She was. They were attacked by. She's okay. We just. We need to. Dock with you like normal, and I think she needs surgery.
So at this point, Jill walks over to the command chair and kind of taps Brelix on the shoulder, and she's like, "Maybe I should talk to them."
Anybody but what the hell, Brelix? What has happened to you? Can't even have a normal fucking conversation anymore. Everything's fine here.
We're all fine here. How are you? Don't worry about the fact that the captain you expect is in surgery.
Yeah, don't look into this at all. Don't mind the man behind the curtain.
Yeah,
This very strange guy asking for access to the super secret base that no one should know about.
yeah.
Don't forget that the captain was attacked, and
Yes.
Oh no,
Everything's
my favorite part was the captain's alive. She's still alive. She's still alive.
it totally wasn't us. You can trust us. We
Yeah.
got this.
Jeez, dude. Is that Kizik or is that Brelix? Like, really, I need to know.
That's a lot of bit of kissing.
Boys.
I thought I was doing good. And
You
then,
thought
like
good?
4 or 5 people are tapping me on the shoulder, and I look up and I just kind of hand the comms to Jill.
Jill has a brief conversation. She uses some code phrases, and
Sorry about the bwop.
yeah, she basically is like,
Good one.
"We have a makeshift crew here. Anchor's End has been compromised, and we had to evacuate. You're not going to want to send any more supplies to the Anchor's End at the moment because it's under Unity occupation." And she, she has a conversation with her contacts on that side, explaining away the situation and being like, "Sorry about the bwop. Everyone's a little on edge over here because we're running for our lives. Like, we need to dock and put in supplies and figure out what our next move is going to be." And they're like, "Yeah, okay. We haven't heard about that yet, but thanks for letting us know before we send our next supply convoy because that would kind of suck." And then they open up the gates of the sub pen, and they're not as off-put because now they know that you're not the same professional crew. When Carl has a really hard time getting the sub into the pen, he did not roll well at all. There's a little bit of scraping going on as he gets this thing into the pen. But eventually he does get it docked, and you guys have access to a stairwell that goes up to the second level of the outpost. Who would like to go up to the next level of the outpost? Because we have to change maps for the first time tonight.
Yay! Let's do this.
move your stuff over here to the side, or just, not on the map. Jill is going to go. She's got people to talk to. Captain is in no condition. She's going to have to stay. All right, is that everybody?
Somebody to stay with the captain.
There's still people here. Like there's still people enough to keep it, because she's sedated on a medical bed. You guys aren't leaving for like years or anything. Also, technically, you're just a stairwell away from going back to the boat. I just need to switch the map.
There.
Okay. Hit this button, and then this button. Wait patiently for one world to work. Going back to this. Home screen. Drake supply post. And build. This is a simple map. And here we go. You guys would come up the stairwell underneath the landing pads. You come to the top. There are a number of guards keeping the peace, and there are a lot of people milling around. Various kinds of refugees. Oh, holy shit, guys. Come on.
Oh, that was me. I'm sorry.
No, that should have been locked anyway, so. Alright. So you guys end up coming up here. There's some guards. There are these prefabricated estates that are basically just quickcrete tents that have been set up all over what was originally supposed to be some sort of open concrete platform. This whole island was obviously a resupply base at one point in time. But this deck of it seems to have been turned into sort of like a market and a hub, with a small like entertaining and hotel area on one side and a market on the other. The other thing that would be really striking to all of you is all of you know what a trade rat is. There are hundreds of them here. All of those barges and little boats are manned by trade rats.
Is this where they come for Mecca?
This is something to do with them, you're certain, because they are everywhere.
Are they hassling anybody for deals?
No, they seem to be. They like when you go to a store, most of the stores are run by the trade rats.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like they seem to be running the place. They're not the security. The security are obviously merc types. But
what are these guys?
They are the mercenaries that are guarding the place.
These guys.
Oh, those are trade rats. Oh, that was a trade rat from when Thodubs destroyed this store over here by smashing everybody through it. That's what a trade rat looks like. Actually, that's a really clean trade rat. Most of them are much grungier than that.
Yeah, okay. I imagined them way different.
Yeah, I actually did too, but I couldn't get the AI art generator to do what I want, and I eventually got frustrated and said that's good enough.
Gentlemen, who wants to take lead, and where should we go first?
Jill's like, I'm going to go talk to Drake, but I don't necessarily require your assistance for that matter, and he'll probably be more comfortable with just me anyway.
I mean, I could help you.
No, thank you, Mr. Brelix. I can handle it. I appreciate your enthusiasm, though. I'll be back as soon as I can. All right, and she starts walking up towards the guards guarding the big. It's almost like a mansion in the shanty town, but this big complex here, and she's escorted inside.
Brelix turns around and he goes, do you want to like walk around, or what do we need? We've got food and stuff. We got to get her back to the place, and I, I've never seen so many trade rats. I kind of thought there was just one of them that was just always at all the locations. I know that's not like feasible, but I I don't. There's another one.
We do need fuel in the submarine, but I don't have any money. Do you have any money? We're gonna have to figure that out.
I mean, we could like try to trade the stuff that's on the sub for other things.
That sounds right up your alley, actually.
Yeah, I made a cool breaching torch, underwater torch. It's really cool.
For sure, we don't want to, wait for the captain or Jill to tell us what they want to do with all the stuff on the submarine. I feel like they'll probably figure out that supply thing faster than we will. At least for refueling.
Okay, then meander, mosey, and walk around.
Hey, are you gonna do surgery on the captain?
Yeah, definitely.
You got like tools and stuff?
There's a lot of stuff on the boat, but I'm actually looking for a really long, thin extractor tool. It's gonna have little Barbie finger things that can hold tissues while I suture them together with the laser stitch.
That sounds amazing.
I was about to say, now you sound really confident.
I've been reading. There's a lot of good stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna check out. Ooh, this is a human?
Where? That is a human. Yes. So walking in here, this shop will look very different. There are lots of really high-tech gadgets and gizmos. The front door is a hologram. It basically looks like a cascading waterfall, but you know it's fake. And as you walk in, it's nice and cool in here. You have not experienced the League of Taurus yet. Now, you as a player, as Ghost, you have. I don't know if you remember. But Hylar has not. They are nomadic, super high-tech, like technophiles. And they deal exclusively in things called axe heads, but they trade for super rare minerals and such. If you don't have such things, which you don't, they will trade you regular credits for a lead on where to get super rare minerals and such. And as you come in, Professor Enigma, who is one of their normal aliases, this lady here, says, "Greetings," and she explains all of that to you, says, "We have all sorts of gadgets and gizmos that we will trade for the right price, but that price is not in credits. That price is always in either the rare materials or the axe heads."
How much would you charge me to tell me of a place with these materials or axe heads about, that I may find them and bring them back?
Sure. Since we don't really know each other that well, I'll give you what is more or less a publicly known spot. I saw you came in here on a submarine, so I'll give you the details of a wreck. It's publicly known, and I won't even charge you for it because you have one of the few vessels that could potentially get to it. But the Unity had a supply ship. The supply ship was known as the Stone Giant, and the supply ship, amongst other things, was transporting a large shipment of void matter and something called stellar glow. If you can return any of these things to me, they are worth a considerable amount to me, and I would compensate you in axe heads and or equipment. I can also manufacture much more advanced tools and such than you are likely to be able to find anywhere else on the planet, except perhaps by raiding Unity vessels.
Okay, that's all great information. Brelix, do you know of the Stone Giant wreck? Have you heard of that before?
Relics is going to look around a little bit, and then he's going to lean in closely and go, I think that was on the map.
Okay, well, we should check it out.
Yeah. Do you see the technology that's over there? I bet you we could use all of that to help.
Yeah, I
fight
want to
the
buy some.
Unity.
I mean, one of
But she-
the things you see on a huge one of these racks is filled with people size warheads that are these. You don't know exactly what this is, but it looks very impressive.
Yeah, that's they got some really cool stuff in here. So we should find the things that pay. We need to find currency. She just said it's in that wreck. So we should check that out if we got it on the map, you know?
But she's like, old gentleman, I can show you examples of what it looks like. Here's a brick of void matter. And if you can find a brick of that, a brick is worth 20 of our axe heads. And here is a cut of stellar glow. These are the things that were on the ship.
Excellent.
Void matter, stellar glow at the bottom of the ocean. I hope we'll be back.
I hope to see you back as well. And if this lead, the reason this was free is because I was certain that this is publicly known. So there may be other scavengers going to try to get this. And it is widely known that this vessel went down in the vicinity that you're going to be looking for it. If you ever want to try a different approach, or if that doesn't work out, please feel free to contact me again, and I will give you more leads to other places as we build a working relationship.
That means I can have your comm code.
She laughs. I don't have such a thing. You can find me here, and there is a space station. The space station is the tidal warp, and we have an office there as well.
All right, thanks.
You are welcome. Be safe.
You too.
See, Brelix, you talked to a person, and you weren't all that awkward.
Yeah, I can buy and sell stuff.
Pretty normal to me, actually. Yeah, it's pretty good.
See, doing great.
Well, let's talk to a Junkrat so that we can flip that on its head.
That one's got like a king's throne. But I haven't seen that. We haven't made it that far.
Where do you want to go, Brelix?
I want to walk over to here. I walk in. I go, oh, are you the king? Look at that awesome chair.
I do enjoy being referred to as King. I believe that will be my name now. My name is now King. I am King. How are you?
It's nice to meet you, King.
King has best deals on most common items that you can find. I also buy any salvage for an appropriate price.
Well, nice. Can I see what you got?
Of course. Please feel free to browse our wares. As you guys are shopping around for basic materials, are you looking for things that are specific? I heard Hylar say something about a tool.
Yeah, I'm looking for a medical tool.
Do you want to ask the trade rat about it specifically?
I will. I'm gonna walk up. Hey, looking for. It's about 16 inches in length. Mostly works like a set of tongs, but it's got 4 little arms at the end, and it's used to hold flesh during surgeries. It's definitely got to be a surgical steel or equivalent metal. Got anything like that?
We have surgical kits, we have medical kits, we have various different trauma packs. Can you provide the specifications in a more technical? And he pulls out like a tablet, and there's like a catalog of different medical equipment. Give me a luck roll.
Yeah, it's the TONG set 1 from
TONG.
shit, I rolled a 4.
Okay. So he's like, I have
Great.
fabrication schematics, but I don't have the materials to make that from. It requires an exotic material to keep it sterile during operation. So I won't be able to fabricate that for you.
All right, how much is the surgical kit?
Which one do you need? All right, so he can absolutely sell you a surgical kit. You don't need it to perform this surgery, just so you're aware.
Oh, never mind.
But if you want to be able to perform surgery in the field later on, you would want this.
It could be useful.
So this is a backpack, and it takes the place of your backpack size medical surgical kit. It basically allows you to, in the field, perform surgery, not just first aid.
That could be handy.
It's 1,500 credits, and it's 3 kilograms of weight. It's on page 90 of the CSC.
It comes in really handy.
Yeah. It's like all of my cash, though.
They also sell up to TL10 first aid medic kits here, if you don't have one.
I don't think I have one on my person.
Might be
How
worth
much are those?
might be worth looking at. They are sold at face value, which is another 1,500 credits for the TL10 one. It gives you a +1 to your medic check too.
Butts. Okay. I can afford one or the other. I'll get the medic kit.
It's almost like you have a specialist in haggling with you.
Yes. Relics.
These are medical tools that he needs to help. Oh wow. Well, you've got both of these. Could we get a 2-for-1 kind of deal? Not 2-for-1 because that's a terrible deal for you to make, and you're the king of making great deals. How about we give you 2,000 credits, so it's only like 70% off.
Roll your broker.
Roll to 6, 7. Oh, that's a social skill. That's just a 7.
Okay. So for a 7, he's like, that is not a acceptable deal. However, King has a request that no one has been able to fulfill. If you could fulfill said request, I would be willing to give you your, and he pauses, BOGO deal for buying both of the kits that you need. Over in the hotel area, there is a ornamental floor covering of a fearsome beast, and I would like the head of it to sell as a trophy, but local security will not let me have said head. If you could covertly acquire such a thing for me, I would be willing to help you with this deal.
Relix looks a little uncomfortable to Hylar and goes, do you want to steal the head of a, I think he said carpet?
Sure. I mean, if it's going to save me 1,500 credits, hell yeah.
King anxiously awaits your return. Thank you for your business. He's like, you're gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm going to check out. Where's this hotel? You said hotel, right?
It's over here on this side.
We have to do this in a way, Relic, so we're not kicked up out of here because this place is cool.
Yeah, definitely. We gotta talk to the Professor Enigma lady, and it's got like good intelligence for Jill to do things with.
We follow Marcus.
So as you walk up to the hotel, there's a single security guard who's kind of like walking through, and this is, by the way, AstroTurf. This is not real grass. But it's like space age AstroTurf, so it's really nice. There's a fountain, and he's sort of like super bored. He's like, I'm bored, I'm freaking bored, as he's walking around, just doing this thing. And there are guests coming and going. It's more of a hostel than a hotel because there's like a common sleeping room, which is where this rug of a undeterminate creature is laid out like a bearskin rug, and the trade rat just wants the head off this thing. There are people in all of these areas, so this is like a library and research center with places to sit and tablets and stuff. There's a lounge over here, and then there's a super noisy bar / dance area over here that's like thump 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 thump, and there's like dancing and shit going on over here. I didn't populate this with all the NPCs because it would have just been, to make it as packed as it actually is, would have made it difficult for you guys to move your tokens. But just understand that this is like it's as crowded as a New York City street on this platform.
Nice. And there's just one guard.
Yeah, that's all you can see, but like, you're pretty sure because like everyone's of the same mindset you are. Is why would you want to fuck up being able to come to this place in the world that you currently live in?
Yeah. I want to find this rug head.
Okay. So you walk in, and the rug is pretty easy to spot as you come in. It's a prevalent feature. It with all of the beds in this room, they do have tiny little partitions and tables and stuff, but like for the most part, it's just a room full of bunks. But this rug is in the middle, and it is pretty massive. It's elephant sized, really, but it's been laid out as the carpet for this room. You've lived on Edenfall your whole life. You've never seen one of these things before.
A good thing. Thing's scary looking. Are there any cameras in here?
Roll me a recon check.
What do you think, Marcus? God, I got a fucking 3.
You think it's cool to be double muted?
5.
I think there's a lot of people, and that thing's not small. So the only way you can realistically do this is get the people out of there.
You mean like fart in there and drive them all away?
Is there like a fire alarm for the little hotel complex thing?
There may be. It's not a super well built. It's all prefabbed, so there might be, there might not be. It's hard to tell. You might need to go into the back alley areas to look at the infrastructure for such a thing. So far, you've only kind of walked in the front part.
Yeah, I'm gonna go around back.
Okay, give me a stealth check. Because there are definitely cameras as you walk off the beaten path.
My rolls tonight are wonderful. 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. With a 7, you get around enough to see that there's HVAC units, there's fire suppression equipment. There's all sorts of stuff that's basically been tucked into the back areas here. All the things that make a building work have been tucked back here. But you accidentally walk, and you notice that the second you do it, you walk right in front of a camera that you missed, and you know that you've been spotted, and it's blinking and looking right at you. And then you hear the sounds of the guard who was bored going, "God damn it!" And he's walking down this side access area. You try and skirt away.
Yep, going this way.
All right, you're gonna run in that direction. If you would like to, you can. You can push your stealth roll and roll it again. If you fail it, something bad is going to happen. If you succeed, then you get away without being seen.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm a fan of pushing a roll.
Yeah, so am I. 11.
Excellent. So you don't slip off the side of the platform and fall into the water, because that was what was going to happen.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Guard comes out here and is like, "The AI said someone was back here, and I could check the footage, but I'm bored." And he just goes back to being bored. Busy being bored. Garrett and Braylix, what are you guys' thoughts while this recon's taking place? Tyler's in here scoping the room for cameras. Marcus is looking for, fire equipment.
Brelix is gonna go. Are there people sitting around this fountain?
Yes, there's people in the grassy area. There's people in each of the rooms. Like I said, it's super crowded. There isn't going to be a place where people aren't.
Brelix wants to sit with his back to the fountain and kind of dip his tail in. Then he's going to pull up his tablet and he's going to give help Hylar scan the rooms directly here for cameras.
Okay. How are you? You're just doing a recon check? You're just using your eyeballs to look for cameras?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a recon check.
7, 8, 8.
There is one fisheye camera right dead in the middle between all of the light fixtures that seems to look down on the room.
I'm going to make note of that. And we have comms. No, we're not doing comms because it's a super secret city. I'm going to sit here until until I can catch Hylar's eye.
Also, I'm pretty sure you guys don't have comms. That's been it's been an ongoing problem with you guys.
Yeah, no, we don't.
It's almost as important as the med kit is.
Well, you guys could have asked the trade rat for it.
Okay, you help with that. What about Garrett?
So after everybody's seeing how many cameras are here and there's tons of people, I get an idea that I kind of wonder. I'm like, what happens if we do some kind of distraction, like some kind of smoke grenade or something like that in here that kind of covers up things or makes it look like, kind of get people out of this place so that way we can get the head of that thing. So I think what I'd like to do is actually, while you guys are kind of doing this, I'm going to head back to the trade rat and I'm going to ask about a smoke grenade.
Okay. You are going to go to which one of the 3 trade rats here to ask about them?
So the same trade rat that we talked to previously, I think it's this guy right here, King.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go talk to him and say, hey, it might help us out a little bit if we had kind of a, like a smoke grenade of some kind to kind of give us some concealment and cover so we can get that head that you want.
I can sell you a smoke grenade for 25 credits.
Done. Sounds good.
And he provides you with a smoke grenade. There you go.
Perfect. So I walk back to the area and kind of do a quick look for the rest of the group and see if we can, I kind of elbow all of them to see if we can get together and talk outside of the public area.
Just out of curiosity, though, Dubs, do you have could you have just bought this med kit? How much cash do you have?
I actually probably could have.
How much cash do you actually have?
Where'd my cash go? Never mind. Here it is. It's blending in.
It's camouflage.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
No, I have enough. I have more than enough to be able to get that med kit.
Wow. Just out of curiosity.
No, fair enough. Fair enough.
We all have like 6,000.
Apparently not Hylar.
I gave mine to the orphan.
It's sitting right here.
Yeah, I saw.
I'm
Say I'm broke.
gonna go ahead and swap out this money in because you just spent 25 of your credits.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. No, I'm still in love with this plan. It just dawned on me that you guys did earn some actual cash a while back.
Yeah, we had some money. Yeah. So anyway, so I like to kind of just elbow everybody, gather us together in like the square here, and kind of just have a conversation about, hey, I got this smoke grenade.
I am actively staying away from everybody because I've been tagged already.
Okay.
Oh, and I'll mention to the group, oh, by the way, we should probably get ourselves some comms while we're here.
Do you have the money for comms?
I think we all got money for comms, don't we? But
You guys have money?
I feel like I know Prelix and I both have our mobile comms still.
Yep, but you can't use those because those are connected to the Unity-owned network. We need like a transceiver.
How does that work?
One of them is like radio frequencies, and there's a laser transceiver.
That is correct. It's on page 64 of the Central Supply Catalog, and there's so many different options I can't possibly be bothered to make cards for them.
What do you use to talk to Churchill? Is that like GPS?
That's the like things that the Unity soldiers put into our bodies without our permissions that then Churchill rooted so that he could then communicate with us.
No, with you. He's not really communicating with anybody else.
I mean, theoretically, you guys should be able to do it too.
We can't use that to talk to each other. The implants.
That is a question. And I think a little bit. Give me a second to think about that.
In the meantime, are we really stealing this head? Because there's a camera looking down on it. I'm sure, even Marcus got clocked already. He said this could be bad. We don't want to really endanger our chances to be here.
No, I hear you. I understand. But I got this smoke grenade, and I figure what you could do is you cut a hole in your pocket, and then you like let it fall out your pant leg, and kind of let it boot over someplace, and then I can all kinds of smoke, and then we grab the head and run, and you put that someplace. I don't know how big that head is and whatever, but anyway.
Again, Yeah, decent idea. You said you had money, though. Why don't you just buy the med kit for me? I'll owe you.
Oh, you need money? How come you didn't ask me? I would have totally hooked you up. How much you need?
It's 1,500 credits.
1,500?
Yeah. I gave my money to. It doesn't really matter who. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So we want to abandon the head grab, and just go and that's fine. I'll spot you the 1,500. We can do that.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, I know where you live. So.
Yeah, it's been on a submarine for a couple days.
All right, so let's go get you your med kit. Is that the right size one that you need? Is it actually what you need for the captain, or?
The captain needs a surgical kit, but we all figured that we need a medical kit, and then the captain actually needs this special tong thing that I saw in a catalog. It would be really, really helpful, but no one has it.
Is that something we can make with our fabricator on the boat? If we had the
I
supplies?
couldn't, but maybe if you could. I don't know what you can do.
Oh, I don't know. I was going as far as just saying, just find a pretty picture of what it is and hit fabricate. That's the extent of my knowledge.
Okay, so can I borrow 3,000 credits?
Sure. Yep. 3K. Here you go.
All right. Nice. Okay.
I'd like to see that money change hands.
Oh yes, please. Can I have that?
Yeah, I'm looking for. I'll need to break a 5, I think.
Okay. I can do that. You want it broken into thousands?
Yes, please. And we'll give 3 to Hylar and 2 to myself. And the 5's right here.
Oh, thank you.
All right,
Nice.
there you go.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Trade Rat King much disappoint.
No head.
I'm gonna go buy a surgical kit from him.
So you're gonna buy a surgical kit and a med kit, right?
No, just the surgical kit. Nah, just kidding. I would have walked off with his fucking credits. That would have been awesome.
It would have been even better when he's like mortally wounded and he's like, but you had the kit, right? Because like
to the kit.
That is so messed up.
Oh, you mean the 3 kit right here?
Yeah, about that kit.
I gave that to an orphan.
You did. Okay. So you now have surgical kit and medical kit. Make sure you add those to your, take a little note card or something from here, because I don't have cards for them. So make sure you add it to a note card or something that's on your thing. I should make at least med kit cards. I've started to several times, but there's so many different options that I didn't want to. Same thing with these radio transceivers. So let's talk about transceivers and comms for a minute. You guys do have neural comms. What you don't have is the ability to use them. Each of you could sit down and try to learn how to use your implants to use neural comms. And within a very short distance, you would be able to talk to each other. You could talk to each other over longer distance if you tap into a network, but it provides the exact same problem you're already running into, which is, in order to use your phones, your mobile comms, you have to be part of a network. Or you have to have a transceiver. It's the exact same thing with the neural comms that are in your head. You either have to connect to a network, which you really don't want to connect your implants to the Unity network. I feel like I don't have to say that. The party already understands that. Or you're going to have to buy transceivers and set up your own broadcast receive And you could still use your neurocomms to talk to each other if you want to stop and learn how to talk to each other in your own headspace. It is also going to be possible, as long as you guys are within range of Braylix, for you guys to talk to Churchill. None of you have actually tried. As the GM, I'm just going to point out, none of you have even tried to talk to Churchill.
Hylar does not want that ability and doesn't want to try and is terrified of being linked, and he's blind to it because he's stupid.
I was just letting you know, because earlier it sounded like you're like, you can do it, but we can't. That's not really true. The truth is that nobody's tried to do it except for Braylix.
I see.
Yeah, the transceiver options, all of which, except the TL12 versions on page 64 of the Essential Supply Catalog, are available through one trade rat or another. Some of them are very cheap, depending on what capabilities you want, and each person will need one in order to do this. If you want to do that.
Yep, I'll buy a burner.
It's actually a radio, like a
walkie-talkie.
Yeah, it's like a walkie-talkie. And they come in different ranges. So the short, cheap one is TL8, 5 kilometers range, 75 credits, and it weighs 0 kilograms. However, they go all the way up to planetary or interplanetary, 500,000 kilometers. In TL12. Yeah, actually TL9, they go up to, if you want to carry around 20 kilograms and pay 30 grand, you can have interplanetary transceiver. I don't think you need that. But you may want to consider more than the 5 kilometer one. You may not. It's up to you. You may be like, we're never going to be that far apart. It's up to you. It's also worth noting that your suits, I think they come with the 5 kilometer one already. It might even be the 50 kilometer one.
I mean, I'll buy a talkie if somebody wants to buy a walkie, and we'll have at least a 5 kilometer range. It's a pretty long range.
I'll buy one. How much are they?
75 apiece.
Yeah, I'll take one.
Oh, hey man, do you have like 300 credits? Garrett?
For who?
For walkie-talkies for everybody.
Oh, I gotta fund it for everyone now? What's going on? You guys don't have your own money?
I came down in a tube, man. I didn't really bring my wallet with me.
I left my wallet and my other power armor.
I left my wallet in my other pants.
So is it just for you and me or for the whole party?
Well, I figured everybody would want some talkie-walkies.
Are these the 5K ones?
They are.
These are the cheap ones.
Yeah, the cheap ones are 5 kilometers range. They are 75 credits each. So yeah, 300 would buy one for everybody.
Yeah, you see.
All right, fine. We'll do 300. You guys have to freaking owe me back, man. I mean, serious.
I already owe you for the med kit and the surgical kit, you know. But you're gonna really thank me one day when, you know, you need it. You need the medical kit, and I'll be like, hey, remember that 150 credits? 1,500 credits?
Oh, you're going to charge me 1,500 credits to get help? Is that what you're going to say?
No. I wouldn't do that. I would just remind you of how forward-thinking we were with you buying the surgical kit.
And that whole thing earlier with the sunburn, your HOA didn't cover that.
Your HOA.
Or HOA, whatever it is.
The HOA didn't.
But your medical insurance doesn't cover that, so you just had to suck it up.
Yeah, for real.
The PPO really suggested
surprise me.
salt. Oh, and I'm actually an out-of-network doctor, so I'm going to have to send you a bill.
Gonna let that go to collections.
It's all right. I'll just
Okay, so here's the 300. So I will give that to you, to in turn give that to Trade Rat to get us our comms for everybody.
fantastic. Now we're jizzed up.
Brelix kind of leans into the trade rat and goes, do you have any encryption hardware for these transceivers?
Yes, we can get encryption for you. The ones that you bought are encrypted by default, but you may add an encryption module for additional protection.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. This one here is either at like tech level 8. And there should be a tech level 8 encryption module that goes on those.
By default, it has the tech level 8 one. That gives you the difficulty of 10 plus. I'm assuming that you want to make the difficulty to crack the transmission harder.
Yeah. It says transceiver options. You can get 4,000 credits for an encryption option.
It's for increasing the TL. So for each TL, you want to raise the encryption level up to the maximum, which in this case would be 10. You pay, and it's per transceiver. You can increase it. So if you wanted to do everybody's, you want to do just yours, or you want to do everybody's?
I wanted to do just mine.
Okay, so
No,
no
we're
one
gonna
else will
do
be able to
everybody's.
talk to you if you know
Yeah,
you know how encryption works, right? Like
I do, yeah. That's
I just brought you your talkie-walkie.
that's less financially doable then.
yeah. So it's very TL specific. By default, it is TL10. So if it's a TL8 to a TL8, it is a difficulty of 10 for them to crack it. Unity equipment is TL14. They take a -1 for each, so their TL14 is 6, basically. So they go from needing a 10 to pass to a 4 to pass to crack your TL8 encryption.
Well, that's Brelix does all of this math in his head and goes, that's
And you'd be paying 8,000 credits per unit, so 4 times 8, to make it a 6 to pass for them.
Brelix leans away from the trade rat and goes, never mind. I don't think that's as effective as I thought it was going to be.
Pretty much all of hacking, by the way, follows those rules as well.
It's expensive here, man. Trade rats are price gouging.
Well, I mean, it's still like the technology that they're selling is worth it in most situations, except for ours right now.
Right. No, that's true. I agree.
Thanks, Garrett, for the transceiver.
Yeah, thank you, Garrett. We appreciate your money.
We appreciate your money. All right, it's 11:59, and I feel like we've ground to a good stopping point. Jill's gonna come out and be like, she's gonna meet back with the guys in the main courtyard and be like, so it sounds like that we were supposed to take on supplies here, or the submarine was supposed to take on supplies here and then deliver them to the Ironwood partisans. And we're already equipped for the resupply mission, so I think we should do that. I think we should take on the supplies and then go resupply the partisans before moving on to whatever we do next. That's my opinion.
I mean, your opinion carries a lot of weight, and we agree with you. And then I kind of look around at everybody else and go, right?
Well, it's worth noting that I'll give you guys the choice. If you want to continue on the submarine, you're right. Me and that submarine are going to do this mission. But you could catch a shuttle from here to Drift. There are flights coming in and out of this outpost. So you don't technically have to go with me. I would like you guys to come. But I can get by with Anja and the crew we have. It's your choice. And she's going to leave that. We're going to leave that cliffhanger for you guys to have that answer next time. Actually, no, I'm going to be selfish as the GM. Tell me now what your answer is, and then we'll have the cliffhanger of before you guys go and do your thing. Because I got to make a map.
I vote stay on the sub.
Yeah, I say we go.
I feel like we were given orders to help out.
It takes a lot of kitty bravery to get back aboard the submarine, and really, Hillier wants to leave, but his crew is here, so he's going to go with his friends.
Well, plus the alternative is fly.
Yeah, that was, I heard that too, and I was like, wait a second, this is not great for either one of us.
I mean, there's the third option. Hallier could probably fit in that MLRS tube. And we can artillery launch him.
No. Oh, God, no. No more tubes.
It's got a parachute, probably.
No. Wow. No. Absolutely not. I'll go with you guys in the submarine.
And then you'll put on a dive suit and explore the wrecked boat.
This is getting worse and worse.
You wanted to do that for the league.
I was just saying that was your idea.
You didn't have to remind me that I was in a small suit at the bottom of the ocean.
It's gonna be great.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. I love it when the players say that. All right. I think everything went great, guys. How'd you enjoy the episode? Other than our technical difficulties right there in the middle.
Thank you. It was fun. Appreciate you guys.
Good.
Very fun.
Good times.
I'm gonna keep Thodubs doped up.
Aside
Keep me
from
doped up and poor.
no real reason to do it, except funny, but I want to womp ahead. That would be fun.
It didn't occur to me until halfway through you guys scouting it that I was like, wait a minute, they should have money.
Oh yeah, no,
I do have money. I was telling everybody I didn't have money because that's what Hylar would do.
You have, as far as I can.
You swiped 3?
Oh, you do have some money over here.
Yeah,
That's 6 over there.
I've got some money. I've got cash, 4650 in cash, and my black card, which I guess I don't know if that works here.
Yeah, so what's that? Minus 3,000 for Garrett?
Hey, Garrett doesn't know he's not poor. He just said he gave all his money to an orphan.
I didn't give you any money. I made you pay for everything. It's okay. I owe you.
Yeah. He's not banking on Garrett living too long.
Oh, great. Thanks. Yeah.
Garrett, remember how much I owe you the next time you need pills? Hey, it's really, I don't know, $500 cheaper, right?
Yeah, by the way, Ark, don't forget your 300 over by Trade Rat.
Uh-huh.
All right, guys.
Yep.
Thank you, everybody.
Fantastic. Thanks for games. Catch you guys next time.